Clash Royale just nerfed the Evolution Warrior Giant. This video is about showing you how good the Evolution Warrior Giant still is. So guys, we're going to the first game here against Reaper and let's see what the opponent plays here. And I feel like people are always overreacting to nerfs. Of course, the Knight feels really busted. I need to tell you guys, I think the Knight is even better than I thought originally because the tankage is just so crazy. And also I think like the HP bar is kind of bugged with the Knight. You guys saw that already. It's absolutely crazy. You're just like playing the Knight and it looks like, okay, it's just like 1 HP and then does like 5 hits to your tower. This feels crazy, but overall I would say also the Evo Warrior Giant is still good. Of course you kind of see it less, but at Saturday when the Clash Royale League is happening, a ton of people will use it again and it's just so solid. It's always like when the new meta comes out or like balances come out, people are using the newly buffed cards like Tesla example and so on, but then they're kind of finding out, okay, Bomb Tower is still good, okay, Evo Warrior Giant got a nerf, I'm just gonna try out Mortar and so on, but then I think, okay, man, Evo Warrior Giant has still so much HP, and just like the pushback is still crazy. Why am I not still using it? And then people started picking up the card again, even after a nerf. This is just kind of the best example. The same happened with the Phoenix nerf, when also the Megamine got buffed. Firstly, people used the Phoenix and not use the Phoenix anymore. They subbed in the Megamine, but afterwards they found out, okay, Phoenix is still the way better option even after the 100th nerf. So this is kind of what happens to Clash Royale. So just let you know guys, the Evo Warrior Giant, of course, it's still so solid and still one of the best cards by far in this entire game. And if you have the Evo Warrior Giant and wasted like your money or your evolution shards on the Evo Warrior Giant, you shouldn't cry about that, you shouldn't be mad. Of course, it's recognizable worse now, of course, but it's still a really good card, so you still want to use the Evo Warrior Giant if you can. Because I still think, especially mid ladder, when people play a ton of swarm units, the Evo Warrior Giant is the go-to evolution in Clash Royale. And I would say also still a good evolution. Of course, maybe gets outclassed by Evo Barbarians and so on. Evo Barbarians Knight and also the Mortar, but you kind of need to say, okay, all of them are absolutely game busted. And Evo Warrior Giant is still broken, maybe you can say. But yeah, compared to the other ones, not as good because the other ones are broken. So we're just gonna use the Evo Warrior Giant here. Okay, this is a really interesting Inferno. I don't really get it. And now you guys gonna see what I mean, right? So look at this. Look at this. Look at what he's doing. So the Evo Warrior Giant is just gonna shred everything. It still does too much damage. And look at the other Warrior Giants coming down. In this deck overall, you kind of need to think about it. This deck was already broken before the Evo Warrior Giant came out. So it just added an Evo Warrior Giant. And why should this deck be that? It doesn't make any sense. It's not that. It's still good. I'm just gonna fireball the tower. I'm just gonna fireball the princess. I'm just gonna go in here for my skeletons, making sure I kill everything, and now I can just easily go in for my royal ghost here. The first game is already in the book, and here the Inferno, but he still can't do anything. Man, it hurts my eyes that I'm always seeing this 1 HP background in Clash Royale when I'm going to the game, when I'm opening the game, when I'm closing the game, when I'm finishing a game. It's always there, always 784, 1 HP, Surgical Golden wins that, and it's just a sad moment, man. Like, why did Supercell do that? And they didn't even pay me for that, right? These are like my copyrights, but they didn't even pay me. They brought a bad update instead, or like a few bad updates. I mean, it is how it is. And I'm just gonna use my Fisherman here. I mean, I love Fisherman against Prince. It's just so solid. And I might just go in for my Ghost here. Good Ghost. Not perfect Ghost, but I think it's a good Ghost. I think I'm also going to go in here for my normal Warrior Giant because I have an E-Spirit, and I also think he has not enough elixir, right? So the Warrior Giant is just so punishing, and he doesn't have anything. Bro, did he really overcommit that much? Yeah, this game is over already. Like, I don't need to play anymore. This guy, man, can you stop overcommitting so much? Next game up here versus Lucas LA. So let's see what he's gonna do there. I'm just gonna give him the good luck and finding out what he plays. I'm just gonna go for the E-Spirit. And I think I'm just gonna go for my Skeletons. And I might just drop my Phoenix early on in the back. Okay, let's see. He just drops the Golem. Okay, I kind of want to push the opposite lane just for Ghost. If he decides to respond to the Ghost, okay, he's just going to go for a Werewolf. I think I'm still going to go Warrior Giant here. I think it's the smartest play. That was a really bad Tornado. I can just use my Barbarian Brawl now on top of his Barbarian Brawl, make sure to clean it up. And I got my I got my Fisherman ready, so this will be a really great Fisherman. He doesn't have Tornado anymore, so we kind of want to force out a Tornado on defense from him. Then we can just use a Fisherman. He doesn't have enough Elixir for Lightning because he just committed an Ice to that, and we got a really good defense here. So against Golem decks, it's really important for you guys to pressure well enough opposite lane, especially when it cages out of cycle, because that means he needs to use a defensive Tornado, right? Otherwise, he's taking way too much damage. And then I can get like a free against 8 trade, the +5 Elixir trade on defense with the Fisherman against Golem, and this is what we want to see. So next up, we're just gonna play our Phoenix in the back, and this is kind of what we want to do. So Phoenix is coming down, and I might just drop my Ghost here. Okay, just as the Lightning, this is completely fine. And I might just go now for my Warrior Giant bridge because I still got the Phoenix. I'm just gonna go low Skeletons, getting like a +3 trade there. And I think there's nothing he can do. I think this will be tower down 1%. He's still committing a Barrier Drain. He's still committing his Barbarian Brawl. Yeah, but Evil Warrior Giant is still crushing everything, guys. It's still absolutely dominant. It's still so hard to defend, especially if you're not like a really great player, right? You're playing the troops, just on top of that, you're panicking because just doing so much damage and there's still so much HP. And just like how the Warrior Giant looks, it looks so difficult and so scary to defend. I think this is one of the major problems. So I'm using my Ghost here, I'm using my Phoenix here, and the thing is like he needs to go Golem now, right? This is like his only chance. We're once again pressuring opposite lane, kind of wants him to force a Elixir, and even if it's just like a Lightning, right? You could think, okay, this is a great Lightning Ball, but then I got another Phoenix because the cycle is just so quick. So I'm just gonna go for my Baron Ball here, I'm just gonna cycle Skulls, I'm just gonna use my Phoenix high, because the only real way for him to kill this one is going in for the Barrier Drain, but Barrier Drain isn't really good enough. I'm just gonna go for the Ghost here. I'm just gonna go Fisherman, pulling opposite lane everything. Look at also my Phoenix is on the tower. The Ghost is also on the tower. I can just go in for my E-Spirit here. I'm just gonna go Skeletons. And I'm just gonna go in for my Phoenix here. So Phoenix is great. I mean, good Lightning by him, but it doesn't really matter. We're just gonna go for the Baron Ball, and there's nothing he can do. GG's well played. This game is over. And we're just gonna hop directly into the next one. Next game up versus Redder, and we're just gonna give him a good luck and see what we're gonna do. So I might just go in for my Ghost in the back, and let's see what he's gonna respond to there. So I'm just gonna go for my Skeletons, and I might just go in for my Fisherman in the back. So let's see. I might just gonna go for my E-Spirit, Barbarian Barrel. Just gonna go Ghost here. Just gonna go Hog Rider. So I'm just gonna go Phoenix Skull. I think I could have cycled back to another Fisherman. Maybe that would have been a better play. He's playing Hog EQ with Tesla. This is really interesting since Firecracker got a nerf. I still think Evil Cracker got way worse than the Evil Warrior Giant. So Evil Cracker is actually a huge difference because it dies now quicker to other troops like Night, Lock, and so on. Kills it. Also, the damage is just like way less, right? Before that, you were playing a Phoenix against a Hog Rider. Next time the opponent just respawns with a Evil Cracker at the bridge, and you're taking like 1k damage. Right now, it's just like 300, 200. And also, defense doesn't feel that annoying anymore. So Evil Cracker actually got a huge nerf. I think it's still playable. As I said, every single evolution has a spot in Clash Royale, but compared to the other ones, it doesn't feel like game breaking anymore. So I'm just gonna go for my Ghost here. Kind of want to play a Ghost because like he needs to play Valkyrie, and immediately like my Fisherman's gonna pull the away. This is what I'm talking about. So how is he gonna stop this one? How is this guy gonna stop this one? He cannot do that. He cannot do that, and they're already struggling against the normal RG at 7,000 trophies, and the Evo RG is still absolutely unstoppable for everyone. Next we're facing Ashamia. Let's just hope that our opponent wants to play now and not just gives up after a few seconds because he can't do anything. So this is kind of what I'm talking about, right? I'm currently kind of maybe considering to mid ladder on this account since like playing Trophy Road on 7.2k, but it's just like the Warrior Giant, just like, I don't know, the deck synergy works so well. It just is such a consistent card for such a long time, and the normal Warrior Giant was already broken, right? So why should the Evil Warrior Giant be like bad or like dead right now? So that was a really clean defense, by the way, doing a great job. He has to commit a cannon card. He has to commit a 5 elixir cannon card against my 3 elixir Ghost. So also he still commits that. So I'm just gonna go like play my Skeletons here. I'm just gonna go for my Ghost here. Why? You could think, okay, why not just go Ghost on top of the Magic Archer? Because I want to activate King Tower against the Magic Archer with my Fisherman. So I'm just gonna play a Fisherman here. Magic Archer gets a shot, and this time it's the right shot, not the 1 HP shot. This time we are doing a great job here. So I need to go more for my Phoenix. Getting the early single tile damage. Also take a look at the Ghost, right? I'm just gonna go for my E-Spirit here. Okay, I'm just gonna go for my Barbarian Barrel. Good Barbarian Barrel, and I might just go in for my Fisherman soon in the middle. Okay, I'm just gonna go maybe Royal Giant on the back because he just uses Tesla. His Tesla will still be alive because it has such a long, like, I would say, like, time it's on the map. But I still think it's okay because somebody like 20% HP left, I think, like. Yeah, the lifetime from the Tesla is absolutely crazy if you think about it, but the same also goes to like Bomb Tower and so on, and like Inferno Tower. So I think that back then the lifetime from Tesla was being crazy. I don't know, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I think. So I'm just gonna use my Fisherman here. Fisherman to pull everything, of course, Valkyrie, Giant Skeleton, and also the Cannon card give me a ton of Fisherman value. Using my Fireball here on top of the Magic Archer. Warrior Giant just gets one shot, but that's completely fine because look at my Fisherman still being alive. I'm just gonna go for my E-Spirit here. And he needs to use a Cracker. I think the Cracker is going to get pulled instantly. I know it's not going to die immediately, but I'm just going to go for another Warrior Giant. He still needs to commit against the Egg, because otherwise the Egg is going to respawn now. It's going to respawn, and it seems like also this guy, he doesn't know what to do, and he can't do anything. We're just absolutely destroying these guys over and over again. This is kind of what we want to do, right? We're just straight up playing defensive. We're playing our Warrior Giants in the back, cycle them, and just keeping up the pressure. They may be able to defend one Warrior Giant. They may be able to defend two Warrior Giants, but the consistent pressure of this cheap cycle deck makes it undefendable for most of our opponents. We're going to the game here against Tito Flow, so I'm just going to give him good luck and see what he does. So I'm just going to go for my Ghost, respawn against his Bomber, and I think now I'm just going to go for my E-Spirit here. And I might just go in for my Fisherman. So Fisherman's coming down also. I'm just going to go Skeletons here. Barbarian Barrel. And I might just go Ghost here. I might be aggressive because my Ghost is still alive. My Ghost is still alive. My Warrior Giant is still alive. And bro, like, his tower isn't alive anymore. Nobody wants to play against mortenroyale anymore. Next up, our opponents decide to be really aggressive and just place a Ram Rider at the bridge. We're just going to go for Ghost plus E-Spirit since we don't have a Fisherman in cycle, which is really unfortunate, but it's okay. Life is fine sometimes. And yes, so I might just use also stack to push on my secondary account I'm playing with now, my Golden account, to just like 9,000 choice, because it just feels like so easy to stack. And I know, like, I don't really recognize the nerf too much. You have, of course, in some situations dies like faster and so on. But just like the power of this deck, it's just so good. And as you guys have seen, we're playing against a ton of random decks, as it should be, right? And it just does so well against, and also a ton of like top layer plays. There's less Firecracker. Firecracker was a bit annoying for this deck. But like mainly, they were also like there's right now a ton of Mortar players, because Mortar does like really good job, didn't get nerfed and so on. And Warrior Giant, in my opinion, is so good against Mortar itself. So he's just gonna go for the Firecracker here. And once again, I don't know, our opponents seem like they don't want to play today. I can't really believe that anymore. So this just kind of shows like how strong this deck is. I did a ton of videos about it on my channel. Make sure to check all of the videos out if you guys want to improve your Warrior Giant gameplay. And also, if in case you guys don't have the Evil Warrior Giant unlocked, it's still a good deck, right? Like, you can just use this deck even without Evil Warrior Giant. I can tell you guys, if you play this deck successful, if you're like really good at this deck, you will easily hit the 9,000 trophies in Clash Royale, because this deck, it's so consistent, it's so solid. You got like a ton of matchups, and just like the opponent always needs to play perfect defense. You can just slow wall against control decks. You mostly want to play your Warrior Giant in the backs. Against cycle, you want to most likely, against control and cycle, you want to go in the back. Against speed on decks, you want to be aggressive, as you were seeing against the golden deck. But overall, this deck is so strong. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and let me know if I should push with this deck to 9,000 trophies on my secondary account. And I would say I'm out. Thanks for watching, and make sure to check also other videos out. Goodbye.